Hey guys, Parker here, and today we're going to be ranking all the DC movies worst to best. And by DC, I mean like the ones that take place in the same universe, you know, like Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Justice League, Suicide Squad, those movies. Like the ones that take place in the same universe. So we'll have to save the other ones like Green Lantern for another day. Alright, here we go. Remember, we're going to be ranking them worst to best, so here we go. I only own 3 of them physically, so yeah. Alright. There's 7 of them, so number 7 is Suicide Squad. Oh, I actually have it right here. Number 7 is Suicide Squad. Now, I think Suicide Squad is the worst just because it gets kind of annoying when you watch it, like, honestly. It gets kind of annoying when you watch it, and the villain is absolutely horrible, and the story makes little sense, and the villain is absolutely horrible, and the characters can get kind of annoying, and the ending was a little bit cliche, so that's why it's a bad movie. They're making it. For those of you who want a sequel to this movie, they are making one, but it's not a sequel, it's a reboot, although they're bringing back the original cast, so the person who directed the Guardians of the Galaxy movies is making this, so hopefully it's gonna be better than the first one. Number 6 is Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. This movie, I want to like it better than I actually do. Like, in reality, like, before this movie came out, I was so excited for it and so hyped, and I want to like it, but I just don't. Like, the story makes, okay, so Batman and Superman are fighting each other. You would clearly think that would be a good movie, but it's not. The person who they cast to play Lex Luthor was not a good choice. Also, the villain, Doomsday, was bad. Also, the reason they stopped fighting each other because their moms have the same name is, like, so dumb, and it's the dumbest plot thing. It's the dumbest thing you can use in a plot thing. Like, it's just so dumb. Like, they stopped fighting because their moms have the same name? Big deal. Like, I mean, my mom's name is Casey, and there are a million other people who probably have that same name, too. Like, big deal. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Whatever. Anyway, number 5 is Justice League. This is another movie I want to like, but I don't like it as much as I like the other movies. And so, yeah, Justice League, the villain is bad, and also the villain is... Oh, damn it. Hi, sorry about that interruption. I had to use the bathroom, and I didn't want to record a new clip, so we're using the same one. Anyway. As I was continuing about Batman v Superman, I was talking about Justice League. But yeah, Justice League is a movie that, again, I want to like, but I don't. I was super excited for it. And the villain is bad, like, honestly. I said that about Suicide Squad and Batman v Superman, but this villain, he is bad. And Justice League was originally before I even saw the movie, I would see, my dad used to get newspapers, and I would look at a newspaper that said, Justice League is the worst DC movie, it's so bad, and I would get so mad. I would defend it, yet I hadn't even seen the movie yet. In fact, I didn't get a chance to see Justice League until it actually came out to own. I didn't get a chance to see Batman v Superman either until it got out to own. The only one I actually saw in theaters so far in this ranking was Suicide Squad. And, yeah, so, anyway, continuing on about Justice League. There was supposed to be a trilogy to this movie. Like, there was supposed to be a Justice League 2 and 3, and while they are still working on a Justice League 2, it's, like, in development hell. Like, now that Henry Cavill, the person that plays Superman, and Ben Affleck, the person that plays Batman, are out of DC, it's in development hell, basically. They found a new Batman because they're making a solo Batman movie, although that's a prequel and it's just a younger version of Batman, so they might find another new one. They haven't found a new Superman yet. Anyway, yeah, Justice League was kind of a mess. And honestly, they should have just given everyone their own solo movie first. That would have been better. Like, when Justice League came out, the only person who had their own solo movie was Superman, and not even Batman. Batman v Superman was his first appearance. They waited, like, well, Justice League came out the same year as Wonder Woman, so, Anyway, yeah, I don't like Justice League as much as I should. That's, you know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, number 4, Aquaman. Aquaman is it? One second. Never mind, I thought I heard something. Anyway, the Aquaman movie was pretty good. Now, there are people who say Aquaman's a stupid superhero. He has, like, he lives in the ocean. He can talk to fish. That's a stupid superpower. But the movie is not bad. It's actually pretty solid and good for the most part, honestly. While the villain... there are 2 villains. I like the secondary villain better than I like, there's 2 villains. There's Ocean Master, his half-brother, and then Black Manta. I like the secondary villain much better than I actually like the main villain. So that's the only flaw, but besides that, the movie is pretty solid for the most part. Number 3 is, oh yeah, here we go. Number 3 is Man of Steel. I have this Steelbook thing. Look, it's like you can see both of them. I don't see. Look, it's really cool. It's just it's a Steelbook, but yeah, Man of Steel is number 4. No, number 3. Sorry, I'm getting confused. Man of Steel is number 3 for me because this movie is actually a pretty good reboot of Superman. Pretty solid, good casting, and Superman's from Kansas, and in the movie he's wearing a Royals hat or a shirt or something like that, and I'm just like, way to represent. And yeah, Superman, Man of Steel is a pretty good movie. The villain, not so great, but pretty good movie. Like, at the end, Superman snaps his neck, which I thought Superman was kind of like Captain America. He's a Boy Scout and doesn't want to kill people, but at the end he snapped the villain's neck, so who knows. Anyway, if I'm giving short summaries of the movies, it's because I'm not as familiar with them as I should be, or I haven't seen them all. Number 2 is Shazam. Now, Shazam, everybody says Shazam is the best movie, but honestly, I give it a B rating. I would prefer it over Man of Steel, but it's not the best DC movie. Like, the villain's power, like, if you haven't seen the movie by now, then, spoilers up ahead, but most of you probably don't care. The villain's power was kind of dumb, how the power came out of his eye, which was kind of stupid. Shazam, for the most part, was an okay movie. They said it was going to be lighthearted. Like, the trailer made it look lighthearted, but honestly, it was a little bit depressing. Like, if you watch the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like, it was a little bit depressing. I think, at the end, they included Superman, but it wasn't Henry Cavill. And you couldn't even see his face anyway. All right. Number 1, y'all know what this is, Wonder Woman. This is the best DC movie. Not just that takes place in the same universe. Like, I think it's the best DC movie of all time. This movie is so good. It was the first, at least as far as I know, this was the first female superhero movie. And it is great. Now, Captain Marvel was Marvel's first try at that. And Captain Marvel was also great. But if I'm being completely honest with you, I would prefer Wonder Woman over Captain Marvel. If I'm being completely honest, I would prefer Wonder Woman over Captain Marvel. Like, Wonder Woman's a 10 out of 10, and Captain Marvel's like a 9 out of 10 or so. But yeah, Wonder Woman is a fantastic movie. The twist in the movie is like, what? But yeah, great twist. Awesome movie. Awesome origin story, and I love it. I'm waiting for the sequel, which comes out in 2020, and it's called Wonder Woman 1984. That's a big time jump. Like, the first one takes place in World War I, so that's what, in the teens and 1900s, and it jumps, that's like so many years, and it's a big time jump. I love Wonder Woman, and it's such a great movie. Alright, thanks for watching, and eventually I will also look at Green Lantern, which a lot of people like to hate on, and I'm not too familiar with it, so I'll watch it again. But a lot of people like to hate on it. I'll review that. There's also other DC movies. Like there's the old Batman movies and old Superman movies. I'm not gonna watch those. I'm really not. Anyway, yeah. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, subscribe or whatever. But the only people who watch these videos are people who subscribe, really. So now, yeah, thanks for watching, and see ya.